Hello viewers, today for the initial checkout we have a RadioShack branded telephone. This is a 900 MHz Digitan cordless speakerphone, and it is the model number TAD-729 or 43-729. I think the 43-729 is the catalog number, and it's in Dove Gray. Dove, not goose. Now, I thought this was an analog phone, like the equivalent of the Uniden ET-729, but if it's Digitan, then it's inherently not. And I think it is, in fact, well, obviously it's Digitan, but I don't think it's Digitan spread spectrum. I think it's just regular Digitan. Interesting handset to be a Digitan, though. I don't recall. I thought all the Digitan ones that Uniden made, with the exception of the spread spectrum ones, I thought they all had rubber buttons. This one I don't think it does. So this is kind of an odd model. Here's the back of the box, so you can pause the video and read the features if you so desire to. It's kind of comical that they type in the difference of the Digitan versus Digitan spread spectrum phones and state that the Digitan spread spectrum phones are better, but yet this is only a regular Digitan, so I don't know. I don't get that advertising. Flexible hands to the antenna until it breaks. Alright, let's open this up and see what we have here. I don't remember if this is supposed to be new or not. The box is in pretty rough condition, but that's fairly common considering how old these are. And these phones are getting to be 20-25 years old, because these came out in the mid to late 90s, around that time period. Okay, there's the base. Here's the handset, which by some miracle the antenna is not broken. And we have no documents in here, which stinks, because the documents at this point are even more rare than the phone itself. Here's the phone cord. We don't need that for the video. Here's the handset, which looks to be unused. If it was used, it was very carefully. I don't see any scratches or anything on here. Definitely plastic buttons. And let's see what kind of battery we have here. Whoop. Well, we had it, now it's fallen. Okay, we have the RadioShack nickel cadmium rechargeable battery, manufactured in China. Ooh. And it does appear to be made by GPI. And it looks like the date code is going to say 2000. So this phone is about 21 years old. So is the battery. The battery's made in December of 2000, so the battery's like 20 years old, I guess. But the battery probably still works. It wasn't plugged in. I'm not going to really bother with that for this video, because I have another battery that's already charged up. But those GPI batteries, those things lasted. There's plenty of these around still that still work 20 plus years later. Okay, let's get that out of there. Alright, so here we have the base unit. It also appears to be in very nice condition. Okay, let's get this plugged up. Before I do that, let's take a look at the base unit. There's the informations. It is the model number ET-729, custom manufactured in the unfortunate China. And it does take in the DC 9 volts at the 350 at the milliamps. And the adapter model number is the A, the D, the dash, the 3, the 2, the 0. Okay, let's plug this in. We have switching controls for the ringer and the dial mode on the top. And then over here we have the switching controls how do you stop that? Okay, I pressed every single button on here. It's still going. Oh, just unplug it. Okay, whatever. So there's the control for the ring time and the recording time. And this is 3.5 toll saver, which is odd. Usually they're 2.4. So this may be a model where there is no Uniden equivalent, which is strange because most of them did have a Uniden equivalent model. Okay. Seems to work. It connects very quickly. This is P on the screen. I'm not sure what that is an indicator of. Could be power failure. Okay. So let's set the time. Clock.
Monday, 12 a.m.
What in the world is that voice?
Monday, 12 a.m.
This is a weird phone.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 01.
Inherently it says nothing when it's 0, which would kind of make sense.
59.
Okay. Clock.
AM.
Whoops.
PM. Monday, 12 PM.
That's fascinating. This is the testing memo at 12 p.m.
You have one new message.
This is the testing memo at 12 p.m.
Monday, 12 p.m.
You know, I've used a Uniden answering machine for over 2 decades, and I can't remember what it says when a message gets recorded on the hour. I really can't remember. I don't think it says just 12 or just the hour. I think it may say oh or something cuckoo like that. Huh. Well, that's very interesting. Okay. So this is not a typical, well, it is a Uniden phone, but it's not a typical model that was sold under the Uniden branding. This is kind of an oddball. Okay, let's hear what the greeting sounds like.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
I've never heard that before. This is really, really strange.
80.
Okay, well, let's begin by calling it up. Let's hear what the bass sounds like. The handset is not ringing. Doesn't go any lower than that. So this has that weird ringer too, where the frequency is a little bit different than usual. It even sounds like it's different between the two volumes. Maybe it doesn't ring when it's charging. Yeah, that must have been it. Okay, that seems to be working. Goose goose, 1, 2, 3. This is a test. Wow, this pickup is very sensitive on this phone. That's atypical. That's really sensitive. Wow. This might be a good phone to use. Okay, turn that off. Alright, so let's see here. Let's call it and we'll record a message. For the sake of time, I'm going to switch it down to 3 rings. And I think it's going to call screen, so I'm going to turn this all the way down. Okay.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
What an odd phone this is. It's unlike any other Uniden phone I've previously used, which is quite a large sample. Okay, now let's record a greeting. This is an atypical telephone. Record your atypical message after the tone, or I'm not returning your atypical call. This is an atypical telephone. Record your atypical message after the tone, or I'm not returning your atypical call. The clarity on that sounds to be a bit above average. I guess the call screen can't be turned off entirely. Okay. Let's call again and I'll record another message. This is an atypical telephone. Record your atypical message after the tone, or I'm not returning your atypical call. This atypical Digitan answering machine seems to have a pretty decent recording quality, which is, going along with the rest of the theme of this telephone, pretty atypical for Digitan answering machines, or Digitan answering systems as they call it on the box. Okay, let's play back these messages.
You have 2 new messages and 1 old message.
What an odd phone this is. It's unlike any other Uniden phone I've previously used, which is quite a large sample.
Monday, 12:04 p.m.
This atypical Digitan answering machine seems to have a pretty decent recording quality, which is, going along with the rest of the theme of this telephone, pretty atypical for Digitan answering machines, or Digitan answering systems as they call it on the box.
Monday, 12:06 p.m.
Well, needless to say, I think the recording quality, or the re-quality as I call it, is better on the outgoing message than it is on the incoming messages. And that I've noticed that on a couple of machines, that seems to be the case. Okay, let's see if we can call this and hear the messages remotely.
This is an atypical telephone. Record your atypical message after the tone, or I'm not returning your atypical call.
Okay, I'm not sure why it's not working. Seems like that should have worked. Well, let's try again.
Is an atypical telephone. Record your atypical message after the tone, or I'm not returning your atypical call. Ghosts! Work! Screen the answer!
Okay, this is turning into a freak show. I don't know why I can't get it to access the messages remotely.
Eight zero.
It's 80. That's what I typed in. Oh, well, I guess we're not going to be able to demonstrate that function.
You have 2 new messages and 3 old messages. Monday, 12:08 p.m.
Ghosts! Work! Screen the answer!
Monday, 12:09 p.m. You have 5 old messages.
This
Okay, all the messages are deleted. They were a freak show anyways.
This is an atypical telephone. Record your atypical message after the tone, or I'm not returning your atypical call.
Hello. No one is available to take your call.
Okay, so let's go to the outside line and let's make some testing calls. We'll start with the speaker phone.
Hello, Farmer Jones with a special Memorial Day message here from the farm. Wishing all of you the best. So much to be thankful for all who have and are serving our country to preserve our freedoms, and for the fact we're emerging from the pandemic, and for the rain. Yes, I know it hindered holiday weekend activities, but a great blessing for our crops and keeping our Connecticut environment green and growing. And the strawberries are growing, and they're ripening. I just tasted one. Awesome. So check our website, and we do expect some special pre-season pickings even by mid-week. Jones Family Farm.
Okay, did switch over. That sounds pretty good.
Will be encouraged, and we will be planning to spread folks out. The most pleasant and safe experience. And it will be sweet eats and healthy nutrition.
Saturdays and Sundays from 12 noon till 5:30. Reservations are encouraged, especially on the weekend. The winery is at 606 Walnut Tree Hill Road here in the beautiful White Hills of Shelton, Connecticut.
Okay, so that's working. Now I will record some testing messages into the testing answering machine.
3 new messages and 13 old messages. Message 1.
Wow, I really like this phone. It has quite a bit of side tone to it, which I've noticed is the case with the plain Digitan models, the 900 megahertz ones, not the Digitan spread spectrum, not the Anitan, but the straight Digitan ones I've noticed do seem to have a lot of side tone. Okay, I've left the studio and I'm moving across the room. Right now I am about as far away as I can go, so we'll see if it's still getting a good signal or not. I suspect it probably is. Okay, I'm going to move back into the studio now, and I'm really liking this phone. It sounds really good, and it seems like it picks up really good. The only thing that I don't like about the Uniden 900 megahertz Anitan models, a lot of them don't have the greatest pickup, but this one on the other hand seems to have a very good pickup. Okay, I'm going to hang up with the button this time, and then I'll call back again and hang up by putting it into the base.
Message 2.
This time I'm going to hang up into the base. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to change the channel so we can hear what that sounds like. Okay, the channel has just changed. I'll change it a few more times. Okay, the channel has changed a number of times. Now I'm going to hang up into the base.
Message 3.
This is the Digitan speakerphone test. I'm speaking right over the telephone at a moderate volume, and I'm going to start moving back from the telephone now. I'm about 2 feet away from the telephone, 3 feet away from the telephone, 4 feet away from the telephone, 5 feet away from the telephone, 6 feet away from the telephone, 7 feet away from the telephone, 8 feet away from the telephone, 9 feet away from the telephone. I'm about all the way across the room from the telephone. All the way back there, then it does in fact have a good pickup.
End of messages.
The handset pickup is phenomenal on here. It was very clear and the volume was very loud and it was very steady and consistent. Speakerphone pickup was fine. It wasn't anything to write home about, but it was certainly acceptable. Really wish I could access the thing remotely so that we could hear the voice and what the things it would say on the remote access are. I'm going to try it one more time with this other telephone. Try it with this 2500 set. And see if maybe it'll work if I do it this way. And I'll see what difference it would make, but sometimes you never know.
No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Come on! Why won't this remote access? I guess it just won't remote access.
You have one new message.
Come on. Why won't this remote access?
Monday, 12:22 p.m. You have one.
Oh well, I guess we won't be able to hear the remote access. That stinks. Anyways, this seems like a really good telephone, and I'm not surprised, considering it's made by the Uniden.